Hey everyone, it's Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is the community video / Q&A for December, right? It's December this month, which is pretty crazy. Hope you're all having a good time. Hope you're all doing really well. We're going to start off with the community video aspect of things, and we're going to go in, and the question I asked was, a game that you wish you could play for the first time again. The first response was from Malcolm Kunde, and it says, this is quite a hard question. At first, Amori came to mind as having a story and characters I'd love to meet for the first time again, although I feel I could say the same thing about most visual novel type games I played, especially the Danganronpa series. Oh man, I feel that. I settled on a different answer though. I'd love to be able to play the Portal series for the first time again, not just for its masterpiece of a story, but due to its nature of a puzzle game. After you beat it for the first time, all its puzzles become trivial. I miss the sense of being confused for at a level for hours, only to eventually find obvious solutions in the end. It's like finally being a Dark Souls boss to make you feel smart in the process. This is such a good answer to me because I can relate to it very well. First of all, like with the visual novel stuff, I feel like, playing them for a second time will never hit the same way as playing them for the first time. It's just almost impossible, right? For me, with say stuff like you mentioned Dark Souls and the Portal series, right? The idea of how it's kind of a similar feeling, because for me, I can play Dark Souls like it's the back of my hand now. All the Souls games like at the back of my hand. And while I still love that, I love that idea. There is that thing where it's like, man, I missed the time when I got lost in Blight Town in Dark Souls. I miss that. I miss getting lost in Blight Town. I miss not knowing where to go. And that can be an amazing feeling. The idea of confusion being because to me, confusion leads to, as you said, it makes you feel smart in the process in the end, because confusion, always leads to, in the end, some type of intellectual breakthrough, in my opinion. For people that want to seek out the answer to their confusion. If you're confused about something that happens in the world, you can do research, and if you do the right research, it can lead to oh my god, that's incredible. How does rain work? As a kid, when you first learn about how rain happens as a kid, you're like, oh my god, that thing that I just thought was this crazy phenomenon all this time, is now this thing, But in a way, it's almost I kind of miss when I didn't know how rain worked. You know what I mean? It's kind of like there's two things. I love that I have the knowledge, as you said. I love having that knowledge, but at the same time, I wish I didn't always there's a beauty in kind of that ignorant state where you're trying to go through a game and you don't know exactly what to do. It's a beautiful, beautiful feeling, like a survival horror game as well. But then I also love the second playthrough of survival horror games too. So that's a really good answer, Malcolm. Scenic Season says, if I could play something for the first time again without any prior memories, it'd be Warframe for a very specific reason. About 70 plus hours into Warframe, there's a big revelation that fundamentally changes who you are and how you see the game. Wow. Sadly, I was spoiled about it. I've always wondered how I'd react if I had no idea what was coming. I love watching other YouTubers' reactions to it at the moment, so I got a chance. I want to experience that perfect moment in Warframe. That's a very sad comment. Not sad in terms of that's so silly. It's sad in terms of it makes me feel kind of emotional as well. Because if I can relate to you again, I hate just being hey, I relate to this. Me for real. BioShock was spoiled for me. All a major story point of BioShock was spoiled for me. But I still love that game. But what you're saying, I didn't understand that Warframe had such a big story. I'll be honest. I just thought it was a cool MMO or RPG or something that you got to play you shot people in. I'll just be honest again, from a distance. I don't usually explore games that I'm not playing. But I think it's such a beautiful sentiment, the idea of going back in time to not have yourself spoiled with something. Because I would go back to when I was very young, a kid, and a teenager, and be hey, please do not spoil BioShock for me. Please, that one person who did, who I still appreciate, I think they just didn't know, you can't harp on that forever. But I totally get that feeling, and that's such a good way of putting it. It's and it honestly just makes me kind of sad, because I'm thinking I would love to go back as well and do something like that. But yeah, Warframe sounds a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Scenic Season. It's pretty cool. Leon says, it's got to be Breath of the Wild. Wow. Seeing Hyrule for the first time, just everything about it was breathtaking, and I can barely put into words the impact the game had on me. Breath of the Wild is one of the greatest games ever made. Going back into that world again for the first time, I can imagine would be so incredible. That first moment, Leon, when you go out and you see the world for the first time, is an S-tier moment that it's a lot of games have tried to do as well, and some games do it really well. It's the art of a title screen. But there's moments like that, right? Going to the mansion for the first time in Resident Evil Remake. That's something I'll never get back again. And in Breath of the Wild is a perfect example of this too, where going out to that mountaintop and looking out in the world for the first time, you'll never get that. It feels good seeing it, but you'll never get that feeling for the same time ever again. And exploring that world is so fantastic too, Liam. It's such a fantastic world. I love it to pieces. And like not knowing what's around every single corner as well is such a beautiful thing. Like that world, that open world is so perfect. It's so perfect, Leon. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. What's Your Damage says, I haven't played many games, but I do wish I could play one I do wish I could play without knowing anything has to be Amori. Great choice. Since it's really fun, one of the only games I played in full. I didn't really get to start playing games until the late 2020s. When I got a computer, mainly played Roblox when I was in school, but Amori was the first full game I've ever played by the end of it. I was in tears. Same. The story moved me so deeply it changed the way I thought about my own grief and my life. Wow. I will always thank it for that. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's a grindy game. I know I was used to that, not used to that aspect, but it was enjoyable for me a bit. It's kind of why I'm currently playing Persona 4 Golden. Yes! Oh, yes! One of us! Come to the dark side. It's so good. I thank you for playing. Thank you for the question. I hope I get to play more games in the future. If you have short, cool games to recommend them to me. Short, cool games. Wow. My favorite game of all time is pretty short. Shadow of the Colossus. If you ever get a chance to play that, I don't know what systems you use. But Shadow of the Colossus, if you can emulate it, it's one of the PS2 version, by the way, not the PS4 version. The PS2 version is absolutely incredible. And before anyone says like, oh, Calvin, why are you looking down the remake? I need you to understand, like the PS2 game is my favorite game ever created. There's no way a remake can ever live up to my favorite game ever made. My favorite thing, my favorite piece of art that was ever created in this world. It's impossible. It's impossible for anything to live up to it. It's so incredible. But yeah, Mori is an incredible game, and like, you know, that experience you have for the first time, again, like, you know, we were talking about Malcolm, is just something you can't replicate. You just can't replicate it. And I would never feel bad about not playing many games with Damage. I think that actually gives you like a very interesting perspective on what makes games fun. Because a lot of us, like, you know, like I played games all my life, and, you know, I've played so many games all the time. And like there was times when I played like, you know, like 70 games a year at some point, you know what I mean? I was playing lots of games at one point, obviously not anymore. I think nowadays, like I finish all the games in the channel, and maybe like 4 games outside of the channel per year. I'd say I probably finish in total, maybe a bit, maybe 4 or 5 or 6, depending on the year. But like, I feel like it's like, I feel like your perspective is very interesting too, because you're coming out from the perspective of like, I'm not very used to this genre. So like you can come in like, this is fun for me, even though I haven't played this. Because a lot of us like might play Persona 4 and forgive anything that's like maybe down from it because we played other RPGs. But you're coming from a very like pure perspective. I think it's actually really awesome. I think it's so cool. So I'm thinking, yeah, Shadow of the Colossus is amazing. Amazing short game. Again, BioShock is another perfect example of a shorter game. I say it's around 9 hours, I think, for the first playthrough. And it's still pretty incredible. It's very dark, but it's very incredible as well. Catherine is a puzzle game that's actually really incredible also, and it's made by the same people who made the Persona series, which might be very interesting also. Yeah, like I think that's, and if you want to get, like, it's longer, but if you ever want to get into the Yakuza series, Yakuza Kiwami, the first extreme, the reason I say that one is because it's not as vast as Yakuza 0. So you could play that, then play 0. Some people, if you want to play 0 first, but you're looking for shorter games, so like I think 0 is like, it took me like 90 hours to get through the whole thing. But yeah, there's some amazing games out there. And playing Persona 4 Gold and Persona 4 Golden saved my life, What's Your Damage, so I'm so happy you're playing that. But yeah, so like, I know you didn't say that, like, you know, I haven't played a lot of games, but you say I haven't played a lot of games. Please don't ever feel bad about that, because your perspective is still 100% good. Victoria says, Skyrim 100%. I love the music and the excitement I felt figuring out everything for the first time. 100%. I played Skyrim for the first time in 2011, and like my brother got it for me as a present. And I remember just like still to this day, I'm sorry, this game is so good. It is, I keep saying it like it's overhated sometimes online, but that's just because it became so popular. I need to tell some people the reasons why some things are popular is because they're good sometimes. You know, sometimes stuff that's popular can be like stuff you don't like, but there's a reason why a lot of it is very popular and it's still so iconic. It's influenced so many games. But yeah, it's one of those games where like going around every corner, finding out new things about the world. It's such an incredible time that like, I wish I still had that perspective. I really do. Yeah, I think it's such a fantastic game. I wish I had that first perspective again. I wish I could do a playthrough with you guys on Skyrim. Would you guys be interested in that? Would you guys be interested in me playing a playthrough with Skyrim? Just like a random playthrough next year at some point, maybe in the mid-year or something like that? It might be fun. Even though I played it before, I haven't played it in years, it might be fun. Who knows? Thank you so much for that, Victoria. Skyrim is also a game, by the way, that is like so pretty even now. Like, even though like it's not as like, you know, graphically intense as other games are, or as other games were, or other games have come to be, it's still like an unbelievably beautiful game. And like when you first enter, and the music, oh my god, when you hear the music as you enter into any part of the world, you enter into Whiterun, you hear the music when they're coming after you, Dun, 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 dun. It's like it like even when I hear that when something's coming after me, I don't feel like pain. I feel like I cannot wait to fight this battle. This music is amazing. I am Ali08. Hey Romer, a game I wish to play for the first time again will be Breath of the Wild, yes, and Tears of the Kingdom, yes. What I've been up to lately? Well, I've been playing My Sims Cozy Bundle recently. I've been having a nostalgia blast, and I've played those games when I was little, and now to see the acknowledgement of the series, to see its revival after 12 long years has been amazing. I've also been playing a lot of Pokemon again lately, and while I'm super stoked for more information on Pokemon Z Legends ZA, which I can't wait to play, although that's all I've been up to, and what game I wish I could have played for the first time again. Thanks, Calvin. Ali, thank you for giving your answer here. I'm so glad that Sims is getting revived for you. That's such a great feeling, right? To have a game that like has been revived after years that like you didn't think it would get a revival, that you want to get a revival. I don't know if like for me like I have any games like that because I'm very lucky that all the series that I love, that the franchises that I love, have gotten a lot of support and have gotten like very conclusive games as well. Whether it be like Final Fantasy, I get support for that every single time. Persona has been like. So much Persona games out there. Resident Evil gets so much games out there as well. Zelda gets so many games from the series as well. One of my favorite series also. The Yakuza series gets supported so amazing. So From Software gets support. So I'm very lucky. I understand how lucky I am. Obviously, like there's games from my childhood that I would want remakes for, but obviously I have the PS2 hooked up as well. So like I don't really mind too much if I don't get to play those games. There are like Wii RPGs that I want to get remastered for sure. I'm very weird that I'm very content with everything that I have in games. But it's super nice to see you got your game revived. And I've asked for Tears of the Kingdom. I wish I could play Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild as well for the first time also. I'm also stoked for Pokemon Legends ZA, Ali. I'm going to be playing it on the channel, and I can't wait to play it on the channel whenever it does come out. Yeah. On for the Q&A. Zevi asks, if you could only have one superpower, what would it be? I would love to be able to teleport to anywhere in the world. Right? That's like if you wanted to move somewhere, you probably save a lot of money, but obviously you'd have to teleport back and forth and bring stuff with you. But if you could bring inanimate objects with you, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, teleportation is the one power that I would love to have. Because not only that, but like obviously I love walking, but like I would use it for travel. I would use it to be like book a hotel and then teleport over to the hotel in another place and just book in and then like stay there and then teleport back. Man, can you imagine like avoiding plane times and all that? It'd be beautiful. You would probably save like what? Like in terms of moving expenses to move to a different country, you would save so much money. In terms of going on holidays, you would save so much money. It'd be so much money to save. That would be teleportation, and you could see any loved one at any moment. It'd be incredible. Thank you for that question. S. Minako asks, do you celebrate Christmas or any other winter holidays? If so, what are your thoughts on festive, stereotypical festive atmosphere? I celebrate Christmas. I don't do it as much as I used to because like, I don't know, I just like, it's not as powerful, I think, once you get older, but I still celebrate Christmas. I love the idea of Christmas. I love just the energy of Christmas. I love seeing places decorated. I love the Christmas music. I love the Christmas movies. I don't know if it's a surprise to know that like me who like, that I like very happy-go-lucky Christmas stuff. It makes me so happy. It gives me such a serotonin boost. So yeah, I do like festive holidays. I love all holidays. I love the idea of like Easter. I love I love Valentine's Day. I love all this stuff, even if I'm not taking part in all of it. It's so nice to see. Thank you, S. Monaco. Malcolm Day says, what is a game you feel you could play forever without running out of stuff to do? Live service games don't count. Interesting. Dark Souls. Any Souls game. I can play forever, and I can pick it up at any time and never have to worry about like not being bored. I can pick up a Souls game tomorrow and it'll be the easiest thing in the world. Or now you're saying like there's activities like I'm not just redoing activities. I think with Souls games I could try different weapons, try different avenues to going around bosses and stuff like this. There's always that stuff. I don't know if there's any game I have that like where like there's a maximum like crazy amount of stuff to do all the time. I think Baldur's Gate 3 would be a game that I would take on like a desert island, but like, and the Souls games for sure. Yeah, or like actually Shenmue. I love Shenmue 3 and Shenmue 2's idea of the world because you can just go around picking up, like doing different things. You haven't seen the whole world every single playthrough. I have to play that game with you guys sometime. If you guys would want to see me play Shenmue, I think it'd be really fun. Stereoscopy asks, thank you for that question, Malcolm Kunde, by the way. Stereoscopy asks, who has been the most influential person in your life and why? I would say my maybe? My granny? I would say just someone who was like been so supportive and so important. And it's like I'm not trying to like dog on my parents, but they're amazing too. But I think like just having someone who like is so dedicated to making other people happy really like influenced me a lot. Like she's someone who like is not happy unless everyone else is happy, and upset when other people are upset. And that to me, like, you know, was always like a very, very influential thing to me. She's someone that like if she could fix something, she would fix it. If she could be nice to someone, she would be nice to someone. But she also stood her ground as well, and she always made sure that people wouldn't talk crap about her or any of her family. She's very much like that as well. She's a very cool person, and I think probably 100%. I'd say like probably a very influential person on me. In terms of media influence, like the Final Fantasy X crew, like Auron, like made me like care about someone, like maybe the whole crew of Final Fantasy X made me such a different person when I played those games. Thank you so much for asking the question, Stereoscopy. Angel313 asks, what was the first K-pop song you heard? It was Fake Love by BTS, right? Does that make sense? Because like I think I heard it at like one of the award shows, and I have to be honest with you, like I think I heard it, I was like, these guys are super talented, but like I didn't progress any further into K-pop at the time. It was very big, and I think it's normal for people to hear BTS for the first time as the first K-pop influence, I think, as well. I might have heard some like K-pop memes from like YouTube videos or stuff like that, like, or things like this maybe, but like I think the first song I heard was Fake Love performed live. It's called Fake Love, isn't it? Yeah. And I remember that just because like I remember the dancing was crazy, the performances were crazy, but I didn't dwell anywhere deeper into that, you know? Yassassin asks, thank you so much for that question, Angel. Yassassin asks, fried chicken or pizza? Pizza, probably. Chicken is so fantastic, and when it's seasoned properly, oh my god, it's like so good. But I don't eat pizza often, so like, if you're telling me like, you know, for the rest of my life though, what I could have, it would be definitely pizza. I just think it's so like, if you're having a bad day, pizza is the best. It's like just putting it, like even like a Chicago town frozen pizza, put it into the oven, eat the pizza, you're happy, put a few fries on the side, it's so good. It's not great for you, but who gives a damn? It makes me feel good. And that's what I like about it for sure. Now I want some pizza, you assassin. Thank you so much for asking that question. Scenic Season asks, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Alternatively, if there's a flavor you hate. I don't like mint. My favorite is cookie dough ice cream, if that's a flavor. If it doesn't count, banana or vanilla. I'm just like a very plain, basic person. I'm you know, very plain. Yeah, I would say those are my like favorite like thing. I actually like Neapolitan ice creams. I know people say they hate them. I freaking love them. They're so good. Yeah, they're so good. The next, thanks for that question as well. I always want to say thank you for the question because people took the time to ask me a question, and I will say thank you. I swear to freaking God. I swear to God, you will get a thank you. What's your damage ask? What's winter like where you are? What are your favorite winter snacks or foods during the season in chilly times? Winter's cold and bitter. Europe's winter is very, very cold a lot of times. During the Christmas time, like during the winter snacks, like I guess around this time, the holiday times, my favorite winter snacks and foods, I love a good vegetable soup. Like, I know that sounds, again, so plain. I just love a vegetable soup. Right now, like, I eat this vegetable soup that, like, has, like, a bunch of, like, vegetable chunks in it. Like, you keep the chunks in. So freaking good. And I'm just gonna say, you can stew the chunks and it's still good, but, like, the chunks make me feel like I'm being healthier than I even am, you know? Oh, there's chunks in this one, you know? It's like when you have the pulp and the orange juice, you're like, I'm doing good today, you know? Yeah, that as well. I love a cup of tea. A cup of tea with some brown sugar in it. That's, like, one of my favorite things ever. It really is one of my favorite things ever, and just thinking about it now makes me so happy. I love a cup of tea. I'm gonna have a cup of tea after this video, and maybe a chocolate biscuit. Yeah, chocolate biscuits as well. Oh, chocolate digestives. Oh my God. Shortbread. Oh my God. Jelly and ice cream at Christmas time. Oh my God. This is a day for Calvin. Thank you so much for asking what's your damage. Gina says, do you have any plans for the channel and Patreon in the foreseeable future? Yes, 100%. I've been thinking about it. It's just always hard to implement because, like, over the past, I'll be honest, over the past, like, month, I've been playing, like, catch-up all the time with a lot of the stuff we do, and especially with last week, the editing mishap. So I've been playing a bit of catch-up. So I'm hoping that once we get to a state of, like, normalcy, I'll be able to, like, you know, focus on more stuff I want to do in the channel. I want to do, like, my top 30 favorite games of all time, but we play an hour of them every single day as a countdown, all the way to number 1. The only problem is I want to do it at a time when I already, like, have played a bunch of games, and, like, because, again, that would interrupt a whole playthrough, right? It really would, unless people are very interested in that stuff. In terms of the Patreon, I wanted to, like, react to an anime at some point. I also had an idea for a show that, like, I've been thinking about for a while, which is the show where it's like I think it's called like non-judgmental judgment, I was going to call it, or something like that, where people send in a character that they think is a good design or someone they think is cute, and I give them a rating from oh to oh man. Like, and that was literally gonna be the rating, or I was gonna rate them. I think that'll be a really fun thing to do for some tier on the Patreon. Maybe trying to make like one of the tiers like even more valuable than they are, if that makes sense. Like maybe like, yeah, you know what I mean, like just doing something like that. I wanted originally to do a lore corner where we would do like almost like a lore book club for the Patreon, where like I would do a lore video on YouTube and then we would all chat about it or something like that. The issue is with that is that like lore videos are a lot longer than I thought they would be, especially the ones that people want me to watch. And I don't have a problem with doing long videos, as you guys know, but the issue always is that I'm already doing long videos, so it will come to a place where I'm like it's something has to take a sacrifice. And for me, the best thing about this channel is the gameplay, right? It's the talking about the gameplay, it's the conversations in the gameplay. And while we can do lore videos every once in a while, I didn't want to make it a thing where like I had to like be, if that makes sense, like if you dedicate yourself to something, you have to do it. And I didn't want to be 4 weeks into the lore corner after watching like an Ashikai video every week and a half an hour lore video every week. And then I get to the 4th week and I have to put up a post being like, guys, like, you know, I have to either like, you know, take one Genji, you know what I mean? Like, I know it sounds like it's like, oh, Calvin, like, you know, blah, blah, you know, you're trying to say you don't want to work hard, but I think you get what I'm saying. I don't want it to get to a place where I can't catch up on videos, and I want to make sure that I'm in a place that I can. You guys are giving me your money. It's not just not a sneeze at. There's not like whenever I get a new patron, there's nothing to sneeze at here. That's why when patrons say I want to thank you so much for all this stuff, and it's like, you're giving me money. Money is important to the world, right? You were giving me money. That's already more than enough of a thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, but that's kind of like what I was thinking of. I'm not, again, there's no promises, because right now the Patreon is, I'm really happy with it, but we'll see how everything goes. Polka Girl asks, thank you so much for that, Junave. Polka Girl asks, how has your week been? It's been good. It's been good. We finished Act 5 this week, which is pretty incredible. You're going to see that tomorrow. I've been having a fantastic time with Genshin. I've been eating some good food. I'm trying to get to bed earlier, if I'm being honest, but it's not always working out that way, Poker Girl. It was a tough week last week, I'll be honest with you. Like, just now that it's over, I can say that it was a tough week last week doing that edit. It was crazy. But right now, I'm doing great. I'm doing really good, and thank you for asking, Poker Girl. And thank you for asking that question, Poker Girl. Victoria asks, as the last question, are there any American foods or snacks you'd be curious to try? Alternatively, what are your favorite foods? American snacks. American food, also like Krusty Burgers when I was a kid from Simpsons. I was like, they look like the messiest thing I've ever had in my life. I want to eat them. But also the Sloppy Joes is something that I always wanted to make, because like to me, like whenever I saw you know, a show where it's like, oh, Sloppy Joes are on the menu today. Oh, sick. Like, that sounds incredible. Obviously, Chicago pizza would be amazing to try as well. Yeah, like stuff like that. I think like you know, maybe trying like real Chicago, like different foods from different states as well. Like Philly cheesesteaks always really interested me as well. And I think it's just, you know, from media that I see that stuff. In terms of my favorite food, right now I make a sandwich that is like become my favorite food. It's ciabatta bread, sun-dried tomato pesto with some balsamic vinegar on the bread. Then you put 3 tomatoes on the bread, just line them up, put some spinach on that. Get some chicken, fry up some chicken. You put some salt and pepper and some just mixed herbs on the different types of herbs, wherever you want to put them on the chicken. You slap them on that as well. You press it together. You can put some cheese on as well. I don't put some cheese on it. I then put it in, like, being honest, I put it in the air fryer for like 30 seconds. So like the bread gets kind of a little bit crispy. And it's like my favorite thing right now. It is my favorite thing I make. I love it so much. And it's really easy to make. It's so simple to make. You can make your own pesto, but like also like, you know, you can also just get a good brand of pesto and just make it, put it on the bread. You're using it for a sandwich, guys. Come on. But yeah, it's really good. That's my favorite food right now for sure. Thank you so much for that question, Victoria. That is it for the video today, guys. So appreciative of every single thing that you guys have asked today and told me today. And I want to say thank you so much to Never Gonna Pay the Baby Gangster here on Patreon. That being Tyfire2, Jamie Bull, Jana the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yule, Radish, Anusa, Malcolm Day, Death Trap, Lynx Markey, Yassassin, Alpaca Juice, Ali, Zada Whatever, and Eopsy. Thank you so much for everything, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.